Hi, it's Cindy Fodor with Stamp the Love. Today I'm going to show you how to do a double slider card, and both of the sliders will come in the same direction. This is part of my series on slider cards, so I hope that you've caught the previous, I believe 2 are completed so far. So if you haven't, be sure to go back to my channel and watch the rest of those. I will continue to do slider cards till I'm out of slider cards. They're just so much fun and interactive. So let's get started. So today's slider card, I'm using Old Olive. I'm going to give you some measurements. So this, I cut this in half at 4 1/4, and it's 11 inches long. And I am going to score this in half at 5 1/2. And then I'm also going to add a score at 7 1/4. And I think I'm going to extend. I normally do this at 9 3/4. I'm going to do it at 10 because I need my, for what I have hooking onto this, I need my slider to go up a little further. I did not want to score that the whole way across there, but oh well. These scores here do not need to go the whole way across. You can just score them. In fact, I might make that my back because you don't see that on the back. So I'm going to do 7 1/4, and I just need little marks in here to show me, whoops, to show me where I'm going. Okay, if I can get in the groove here. And then, what did I say, 10? I want to do 10. So I just need marks in here so that I'm going to punch in here to make a track. So ignore these down here. We're going to just use this side. This is going to be the back of the card, so you're not going to see that. All right. Next, I'm going to take my word window punch. It's not called word window. I think it's called Modern Label. It's in the current catalog. And I'm just going to line that point up with, oh, let me turn this so hopefully you can see it. So if you see my line there, right here, I'm going to put the point on that line, and I have this paper completely into my punch so that when I move it over here to this line, you see that line, hopefully, yeah, there you see. I'm still completely in, so I should have a perfectly straight track. All right, so there's that one. And then I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to do the same with this side. So again, I find my line. I slide in till I get on the point on the line. And then I come down here, find my line, and come back in past the line and punch. And then I'll see if they're nice and even. This one looks like I could extend this one just a little bit more so it matches the other one. All right, so that's pretty good. Let me get rid of that, and you definitely need some dimensionals with this card. The next thing that I'm going to do, this is the front of my card and this is the top, and I'm going to use my 1 1/2 inch circle punch. And I want to make sure it's right above this, so I'm just going to come up here and make sure it's nice and straight. And that's my little thumb pull to pull my card out. All right, we're finished with those punches. Let's go ahead and fold this. Get that nice and flat. All right, so there's our front of our card. There's our tracks. Excuse my ink. I've been stamping a lot. I need 4 little circles, and I've done this before where we used pennies. It seems like quite a waste of money and it's more expensive to send. So this is a 3/4 inch punch. We do not carry this any longer, but that's a really nice size to do these in. And what we're going to do is we're going to, let me open this up. I'm going to put 2 behind here, and that's going to hold our dimensional. Let me just, to make it easier, I think it's easier if you put this in the center of your circle and then peel that off. Let's do one at a time so I don't end up with a mess. And then I'm just going to place that in the track. See how perfectly that fits in there? And then I will go ahead and apply this other circle directly over that. Another one. Put it right in that track and apply the circle over top. Okay, there our little tracks are done and they're movable. Okay, we're finished with that. This is so fast and easy. It's so awesome. All right, so now let me think. Okay, so this larger piece, which will go inside, and this one will go on here. They're both pull-ups. And then I have another piece completed that I showed in another video how to do that we will put on the front of this. So let's go ahead and adhere this. I obviously want this to be even here. So I'm going to put, I'm going to use a glue dot actually. Get my tool here. Because that will, I'll make sure that holds really good. I'm just going to put that in the center of that. Whoops. Okay, make sure they're completely pushed down. I'm going to line this up and make sure it's centered well. And then I can just lay that right down on those glue dots, press that in, and I'm ready to put this together. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. I really wanted to use my Stampin' Seal Plus and I didn't go get it. This is going to create a little track in here for it to run on. Of course, I don't want adhesive where that's going to go. And then we can close it and make sure that it's still movable. Oops. You know what? I should have probably done something. Hold on one second. I'm going to just open this back up. When you punch your half circle, go ahead and do it in the whole way through both pieces, because otherwise it makes it a little harder to grab. I'm going to go ahead and do another half circle here so that I can grab a hold of this a little bit easier. Okay, let me put this back down. Okay. All right, now I can get a hold of that a little bit easier. All right, so I stamped this a little bit of kindness. I had done this first. I want to color that in with purple yet, but I didn't think that you would mind if I don't. In fact, I might wait and see if I want that. So I need to have this under here so that shows. So that's how I know where I'm going to position that piece. I also made sure that when this goes down, that it's not going to be below where my front piece is going to be. It's going to be very iffy just because I put that stamp down there. And I probably shouldn't have done that, but I had already stamped the top part in it. I had that a little low. So when you do yours, you can scoot this up just a little bit and it will be fine. So let's get some more glue dots on here. And one more. Okay. Once again, I'm going to do this upside down just so I can see it better. I have this pulled the whole way up. I'm going to position this. I'm centering it from right to left, and I'm putting it right under these words because I have to make sure they show. Okay. So that's how quick and easy. Bam. That's a slider, done. Okay, now let's go ahead and put our front piece on. Like I said, this is going to be just a tad low. I may have to move my flower up to a different position. Or I may not need a flower at all. Okay, I'm actually going to change my mind. I'm not going to use dimensionals here. I'm going to use these strips because they are much narrower than my dimensionals are. And I'm just going to cut 2 strips there, the length that I need. And that will help keep me away from the movement of this if I can keep my dimensional clear to this edge here. Okay, there we go. Let's peel that off, press those down. Okay, this should work really well. Now I'm going to push this the whole way down because I need to make sure that I get it positioned to cover this. And then I'm going to make sure I'm centered right to the left there. Okay, that looks good. And now I can stick my flower on here. I think I can fit him on here okay. Don't want to cover up my cute little guy there. All right, voila. There we go. I'm going to zoom out just a tad so that you can see the whole movement. And last but not least, I do want to have a ribbon up here to pull. And I failed to bring my, I have an 1/8 inch punch, and that will work really well. What works really good is if you make sure that you have this where you want it, and then make yourself a little circle right in the middle here so that when you go to punch, you know exactly where you want to punch your hole. And I will tie some cute ribbon in there, and that way they'll see where to grab and pull. And it will also cover up my little, where I'm a little bit off with my back punch. But there is our card. I think that's so cool. Love it. I hope that you'll try it. It is so stinking easy. Probably one of the easiest things I've ever done. I do want to mention, if you would like to purchase any supplies to do this, you can go to my website. It is stampincindy.stampinup.net. I do want to mention, I forgot to tell you this. So I use the field journal, and this set is my set that will be my stamps in the mail this month. So when you sign up for that, I think it's usually about $35 to $40. You will get the stamp set, and you will get enough cards cut to make 3 different cards. This card will be one of those cards. Everything will be cut and ready for you to make your own. And of course, you'll have this video to watch so that you know exactly how to do it. I did use a few other stamps on this set. I thought that this would combine nicely with Very Versailles, and so I used some of the components of that to do the little branches and some of the wording behind there. So I did use that one as well. So yeah, be sure and check it out. Don't forget that these adhesive strips are fabulous for a lot of these movable cards, and I am so thankful that I have this in my stash so that I could fix this card up very easily. The other thing that I used on here for the center of the flower was these elegant faceted gems, and I used the white ones here. They're clear, petal pink and white. And I put the white in there, and it sort of catches the green around it and gives it a little bit of a green hue. Let me see if I can get it to shine in the light for you there. You can see a little bit of the faceted lighting to it. So, all right. Yeah, I need to get my bow up here so that this holds in place just a little bit better for me. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you will try it yourself or sign up for the class this month and get all the supplies to make that in the mail. Once again, it's Cindy Fodor with Stamp the Love, and I appreciate you joining me.